Hello everyone and welcome to Europa Universalis for the Great Power multiplayer. This is actually not a multiplayer, as you can see. As you can probably tell, I'm alone here. There's no one with me because we had some scheduling issues as of lately. And so sadly we have not been able to record any videos for you as of today. Now we're actually going to record today, probably while you're watching this video. I just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of give you an overview about what has been going on, because it's hard to kind of keep track. Even if you check out the other guys' perspectives, which I'm sure you have, it's still quite difficult to get a grand overview over this, because in the multiplayer things always go a little bit faster. Actually, I myself don't really have an overview, so I wanted to get into the screen. I can't obviously start this because the save game must be played in multiplayer, so I can't even play this, but I can at least look at the countries a little bit. So obviously Muscovy, my country, just a quick overview. We have 77 provinces. Now provinces don't actually matter too much, but development is rather important, and we have almost 800 development, which is the second most development out of the player countries at the moment, which is rather good. But you have to keep in mind that we are Orthodox, and basically half of our country is Sunni at the moment. So that's a big problem. And if I could redo a couple of things, I would definitely play out my beginning parts differently than I did. But as I said again, I kind of stumbled into this whole let's play, and that was kind of, I didn't really have a strategy for Muscovy, so I just got into the game and just played somehow. I knew I needed to do it to annex Novgorod as quickly as possible, but that was basically it. So I should have picked religious as first idea group, probably. But oh well, it's not too bad. But I'm gonna have to pick it at some point, because this is getting a real problem, and there's only Sunnis wherever I go. So yeah, there's gonna be a big problem. Also, we have the big problem of Poland, Lithuania to our western border, as well as the Sweden, which is now free. We have released the dragon, basically. And now they're not super powerful, but Sweden is allied to Burgundy, and that's a big problem. Now, Burgundy is actually allied to Sweden and Poland, so woo, these guys could cause quite some havoc. Now, for myself, obviously I'm allied to Great Britain, which looks very powerful over here. Great Britain actually only has 533 development, but they have two vassals. They have Brittany and Oldenburg. Now, Brittany has 100 development, which still doesn't reach out of them. They would only be at 633, and we have 800 development. And our two vassals, Livonian Order, also has, I believe, almost 100, well, 80. And then we have Sakasha, which probably has like 66, development. So we're definitely better in terms of development than Great Britain, and we also have been able to keep up with technology so far, so that's not really too big of an issue. And since we have grabbed Danzig, we will be able to get a free westernization whenever we want, which puts us or gives us an advantage over the Ottomans, who is probably the most powerful or second most powerful player at the moment, because they have 1,000, or they have more than 1,000 development. The only other nation in the world that has more than 1,000 development is Ming at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty powerful. But yeah, so the Ottomans have 1,000 development, but and they're at war with the Mamluks right now, and they're going to annex a whole lot of shit. So I've been very lucky that the Ottomans have been in Regency for so long. They kind of gave me the time to, get all my stuff together. But they're still a huge threat, and obviously they kind of, if you look at the diplomatic map mode, they want our stuff. So that's definitely a problem. We're constantly having some issues because we have the same interest. They're also very interested in Persia. Now that's fine, they can take that. But we're gonna have to struggle over India at some point as well, and as well as Poland and Lithuania. So that's gonna be an issue. I'm pretty sure at some point I will be at war with the Ottomans if we cannot settle our disputes over here. Now, however, I said that Ottomans are probably the second most powerful. Now they only have one vassal, which is Georgia, which has about 91 development. So they have basically 1,200 development, a little bit less than that, but let's say 1,200. But that's probably not the strongest. The strongest is probably now Torio playing in Castile, because he only has 600 development, which is still 200 less than we have. But if we look at his subjects, he has 2 personal union buddies, Aragon and Naples, and he has 2 vassals, one of which he already started to annex, Parma and Urbino, and he has like 1 million protectorates. That's insane. Now, protectorates don't really do much, but he can potentially seize their provinces one by one, and then just annex the one leftover province that, well, is left over. But even without his protectorates and his colonies that he will get eventually, his vassals and personal units, I mean, Aragon has 250 development, which already puts us, you know, more than we have at the moment. So if we just annexes Aragon, which he can easily do by the decision to form Spain, he's gonna have more development than we do. Plus, he's Western. Plus, he has another 117 development in Naples, and another 100 almost development in Parma and Urbino. This is amazing. I mean, Castile is probably the strongest power at the moment because of all of these independent vassal, well, independent, I say vassals, but these independent nations, or somewhat independent nations, that have their own manpower pool, which definitely contributes a lot. Now, on the flip side though, most of his strength, or a big portion of his strength, is obviously AI controlled. So, you know, that's kind of the problem about this. Now, England I already talked about, or Great Britain I talked about, very powerful. He's taking quantity very soon, but you know, in terms of development, he's not that far ahead. Now, Austria, my second ally, the Holy Roman Empire, seems to be struggling, and the problem about Austria is really that Austria has been caught in between, obviously, the Ottomans to the south. There's nothing he can do. He could outright declare war on the Ottomans, but you know, that's going to be difficult. To the east, he's bordering freaking huge Poland, Lithuania. To the west, he was basically stopped by, well, first of all, Burgundy, and by Castile allying into Burgundy, so he couldn't even attack them. Unfortunately for him, he did not get the Burgundian inheritance, so that's a big bummer. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, he could have gone to the south into Italy more. Probably should have done that before Castile took over all of it. But now there's nothing for him to gain there. He could take over Venice, but that's it. And, well, perhaps the Pope, but that would not really do him much good as a Catholic nation. So this is really a problem, and he can't really attack anyone in the HRE too much because, well, that's basically his land anyway. So taking it now, if you can take it for free later, is kind of a bad point. And the only thing he can really do is fight Denmark, but he doesn't really have a casus belli for that either. So Austria is kind of stuck in between, so he needs to declare war somewhere. And, well, I have the good thing. I can obviously have 2 enemies at my border, so I can declare war on them as, you know, whenever I like. And I have so many other people that I can declare war on. And I think my plan for the next couple series will be that I will be going more east. Now, obviously, I have to be wary of Sweden and Poland, but hopefully England and Austria can kind of counter an attack. And yeah, I don't want to talk about my strategies too much. However, I have decided that for the next episodes that we will be recording and that I will upload to YouTube, I will be giving short introductions and outroductions on each video, potentially, where I just talk about my strategy, because there's obviously something I can't really do while we are in the multiplayer, because I don't want to tell my other people or my other co-hosts what I'm doing at the moment, because, well, then they know. But just so you know, you guys know what I'm up to and what my plan is. So yeah, for the next couple episodes, the next one should probably be up on Friday, which is 2 days from now. You guys, well, will have some introductions where I'll talk about my strategies. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and also thank you for your patience, and I'll see you next time. Chief Gironca, signing off.